Hello, welcome everybody to episode 163 of the Xbox Hall of Games podcast. This week I'm joined by Matt.
Yep, that's me.
And Keo.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Third time's a charm.
On the rare occasion that Matt can't get an intro right, I have to step in.
We're doing the show at a different time on a different day. Apparently, it's just not. It's fucking with me. Daylight. I'm gonna blame
Mondays.
daylight savings.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
As Cameron said, this is episode 163. As always, we do the show live on Twitch. So come say hi. Xbox Hall of Gamers, usual business. We got Legacy in the chat. Thank you for joining us. How you guys been? It's been I've been away for the week, so I've been missing out on gaming quite a bit, which is a shame. So I've been eager to get back into it. But what have you guys been up to?
I was going to say,
together. Yeah, doing a lot of April Achievement Challenge kind of stuff for the other guys.
So everything's been Xbox Cast kind of focused.
Sure.
I've basically set myself a personal goal of 10,000 steps a day at least.
Damn, that's good.
Because as a desk jockey, I have no time to essentially do it.
Not a chicken jockey?
No, not a chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey? Yeah. I've been hearing a lot about chicken jockeys recently, so...
Well, I'll save that for the Minecraft and... Anyway. So yeah, I've been setting a personal goal of 10,000 steps a month, and there's only been one day so far that I missed it by 300 steps.
Oof, so
I got home and I passed out at 7 p.m. And then I woke up the Sunday morning and I was like, God damn it. Yeah.
Mate, you got to get your sleepwalking in. That's how I do it. I'm always walking. I'm just not usually aware of it and scaring people all the time.
It's been different. I've been able to get a bit in. But yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've just been having weekday naps, mid-afternoon, and most of my walking's on the weekend because I work in retail.
That's true. So, that's slightly different situation. I think that's totally fair. Yeah, I've been trying to work out a little bit more, but it's like, it's hard finding the motivation. But now I got a tablet for my birthday a few weeks back, and so I'm like, that's been really helpful for like distracting myself.
Nice.
While like on the elliptical, been getting through Invincible. So I just finished season 2, so I got to catch up on season 3 now. So I do like an episode at a time. It's usually a pretty good way to go.
Yeah, so it's always good to have a distraction.
It makes such a difference.
If I have something I'm concentrating on, walking's fine. But then if I don't have music or anything, I'm just checking my phone like every 5 minutes to see what the steps are. And
yeah, it's really funny seeing some of the stuff that like you guys do, like multiple things at once, here and there. And if I'm sitting around, I'm pretty much sitting around not doing anything. Yeah. I'm like sitting there, not watching TV, not whatever. It's different.
I just can't do it, man. You stay alone with your thoughts for too long. It's bad. You got to start walking. You got to start watching something. You got to do something.
Oh yeah.
I know the joke
ends up being exercise, so whatever. So.
I know the joke is always like men are terrible at multitasking, but if I'm not multitasking, I just I have to either be really fixated on one thing or doing multiple things. Otherwise, I'm just brain turns off.
I mean, how much of that is the TikTok attention span bullshit though these days, right? I think part of that is needing to have a second screen. It's hard. I sometimes find it hard to play video games without having a podcast or something. I've been playing through Doom Eternal, and just being the game should be fucking awesome, but I'm just it just turns into such a slog. I need something else in the background to keep me entertained while I'm playing through.
Maybe that's what I'm missing, because I don't really pay attention to a lot of social medias. I don't like TikToks and all those. So
I work in social media, but I mean, going back to Doom Eternal, if I hadn't have done Macca's guides at the first go through, I would have been so bored going through again.
Yeah,
he's Doom 26. I don't know about you guys, if I don't engage with a game first and I go back and clean up later, I have to really force myself to...
Oh, sure. I've had that same journey for doing Doom Eternal, right? So last week I finished One Life mode for the main game, and I just finished DLC 1. I would talk about it, but there's not really much to say. But yeah, I'm totally with you. It's one of those things where I always struggle... I don't know, like something has to be really engrossing, and I haven't found a game that's really grabbed me like that for a little bit. Like I really enjoyed like obviously Ender Magnolias and that kind of stuff, but that's for the gameplay rather than like I haven't found a good narrative game that's really grabbed me for a little while outside of like Metaphor, and again that was last year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as always, we'll get straight into the news, I guess. It's a little bit quiet this week. There's a few bits and pieces, but obviously the Switch 2 is dominating all the headlines. That and how fucking much they want for one of those, especially in the US. Thanks, tariffs.
What do you mean? We don't know how much they want it for in the US.
That's true. Well, apparently there's been some delays, and again, we won't talk about Switch news too much, but we would be remiss about not mentioning it because it is the only thing people are talking about.
The only thing you need to know as an Xbox gamer is your Game Pass is essentially paying for itself.
Yes.
Like if you look at other platforms.
True.
GameCube games are coming back.
Yeah, Wind Waker's there, so that was like, ooh.
Yeah, there's a few there that I'm like, oh, GameCube. I'm not going to get on too much of a tangent, but I do believe GameCube is the best generation that Nintendo ever had. In my personal opinion.
In terms of the game output, yeah, it's probably...
Like in terms of game output and all that, I think GameCube is the generation that got slept on. There's so many hits that came out.
Yeah.
It's definitely the one that collectors seem to be chasing in the retro market.
I mean, yeah, thinking back on it, like I had a PlayStation 2 and a GameCube, and like I think the GameCube was one of those consoles that just kind of had banger after banger after banger. Yeah.
I've got somebody at work hounding me for my silver Nintendo game.
Ooh, it's a good one. I kind of wish this had my old one, but then again, I probably would have thrown it out by now, knowing me. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, actually, the GameCube was great because it's like you got two Metroid Primes on it. You got two Zeldas.
You got Pikmin.
You
got some really creative Pokemon games that
one of the best Animal Crossings.
True. Yeah, very true. Yeah, I think you might be onto something there, Cameron. Like I love the GameCube, and like it obviously did not sell well and nearly put Nintendo out of business, but they did have some fucking good games for it. I mean, I know people got up in arms about.
I was gonna say you have a controller that is iconic, but it is more user friendly than an N64.
I was gonna say anything would be an improvement from the N64. That three-handed motherfucking controller, yeah. 100%.
I'm glad as soon as we got out of the 90s, we all got rid of our third arm and we just decided that this was going to be the way to have
I do like the retro GameCube announcement, like the controller announcement. It's like it now has a C button, and it clearly has a C button already on the front, the little yellow C stick.
Yep.
It's like we added a C button.
Yeah.
I mean wireless GameCube controller though, man.
That is true. Like Wavebirds were the platform of choice. Oh, also, I completely forgot to mention how good Super Smash Bros. Melee was. Like I think that's worth the price of admission for a GameCube alone. I guess. Okay. Well, we'll say the GameCube.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, we'll say the Nintendo stuff now. Are you guys thinking about getting a Switch based on what you've seen and the Direct and all this sort of stuff on there?
So, the deal that I've made that I think works out very well in my favor is if we spend $1,000 on Switch 2 products this year, then I get to treat myself to $1,000 worth of Ryobi products this year.
Jesus Christ, that might be the most Australian thing you said in a while. As someone who used to work, yeah, I was going to say that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
No, I'm probably just going to spend a whole bunch of stuff for the garden and that. But
for sure.
Yeah, and some more stuff for the workbench. But then, like, realistically, I mean, these new games look great, but the pricing on them it's fucked.
That's a big one. Yeah, like there's a whole thing around the physical carts being more expensive than digital, which is interesting.
So, I want to mention something of that too. I did not realize until yesterday those Nintendo Switch 2 versions of the previous games are just a download token on the cart.
Of course, yeah. There's no way they'd fit all that stuff on. Yeah, it's
the upgrade specifically. Yeah, it's the upgrade for the game.
Yeah.
So collectors are buying a Nintendo. Correct me if I'm wrong, Keo, but collectors are essentially buying a Nintendo Switch 2 copy, like physical copy of a game, and having Nintendo Switch 1 copy with a download token in the.
Unless your CD Projekt Red, if you haven't seen already, they have confirmed that the DLC and the main game is all on the cartridge.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is something that they specifically stated, I believe. And I haven't seen the article myself, but I've heard buzz. So
I mean, I know the original Switch got some into that interesting territory of like cloud streaming games. It was like, was it Kingdom Hearts 3, I think it was, and a few others that were like,
Yeah, there was a few that just was too heavy.
too heavy for the carts, and you basically had to stream them. It was the only way to play them.
Yeah, was it Doom? One of the Doom games in Skyrim had to stream or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
The Square Enix games, I think.
Yeah, it was mostly Square Enix stuff. I think. Yeah, it was like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like I might get one, but it probably won't be till Christmas, which is I'm sure the most people's sentiment. Like it's coming out June, so I don't think most people are going to be jumping on it straight away. Obviously, pre-orders are going crazy right now, unless you're in the US, in which case you can't pre-order them because they're not sure how much they want to charge for it yet, which is also kind of insane.
Which I'm wondering how it does in the US too. Like, there's so much nostalgia attached with Nintendo, but are people really going to go out and get a Switch 2 if it ends up being more expensive than a Steam Deck?
Yes. I'll tell you right now, yes.
They will, but then how much is it going to dig into that market?
Sure. How elastic is that market if you want to be an econ 101 person, right?
Well, I think the upgrades for the console in terms of like what they're trying to I guess there's still going to be really big influences in what they've done with the tech. Like the mouse as part of the controller, you can use 2 controllers as mice. Some of the inbuilt social features which they've tried before that have never really worked. So there's a lot of stuff that those handheld PCs could integrate in a way that Xbox is probably trying to do with their app at the moment, right?
Sure.
But they're trying to minimize and make everything like a mobile format. Nintendo have clearly done it with what they've got here.
But their online offering has always been bad, though, right? Like, I guess every time a new console comes out, it's their chance to kind of push forward a little bit with the online service, and they never seem to quite get it. I don't think this is going to be any different.
Hey, look, consumers, we have Discord now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would have been more surprised if they added Skype.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good stuff, like the Piranha Plant camera.
Yeah.
That's really looks bloody sick. I'm really interested to see how the mouse works for Civ 7 games like that.
Yeah.
Like your strategy games because the more I think about the mouse, the more I think about whenever I think of a Nintendo console, I think like main living room kind of energy.
Sure.
And you're really telling me that they're thinking about mouses when you're using an entertainment unit, like.
Yeah, it's almost occupying a third space between what they were doing with handheld being very, very intentionally handheld.
I think.
Yeah, and then kind of like you said, like home theater, like sitting down kind of thing, as opposed to like sitting at a PC.
I think the perfect example of a game that they've tried to do this kind of stuff with in the past but went nowhere with is. Do you remember Metroid Other M?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Where it was playing side like an old side-scrolling kind of like up, down, left, right, A, B. Really simple controls, and then you flick it out, it goes into first-person mode.
Oh yes.
And you look around.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
In the environment. It's the changes in the way that you're controlling it. I think is like the perfect, example of stuff that they've tried before. Like everything else that hasn't really worked, and they've had to build on and build on and build on. So.
I think the thing is, there's like people are just lazy, right? Like I think that anytime you add that kind of element to make it required in a game, you're adding another barrier to people who just kind of want to sit on the couch and enjoy a game, the reason I want to play I want to Switch is to play a Mario game, a Zelda game, and a Metroid game, and that's pretty much it. I mean Kirby obviously, but they obviously have the IP that I'm interested in, but not necessarily. I don't really care about the tech that much.
Yeah.
Mario Kart looked amazing.
24 players.
Which is crazy. I never would have thought. Like, I'm excited for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong looks really good. Yeah, it does.
Like it looks really interesting, but I mean, it's just pricing for me.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first comment that I said as soon as I watched that video? And the first thing that come up, Cameron, was Mario Kart. And I said it was basically Forza Horizon 2.
Yeah, you fucking look like it's right. Yeah, 100%. Open world thing.
Open world. Race to every destination.
Mm-hmm.
Every single race to race to race. You race to them. So, like, I don't know. I mean, it looks really, really good, though, right? So it's going to be really, like, different. But
the good thing about that, though, like, obviously I'm not worried because no achievements, but gaming as a parent, like, Persephone will just get that frustrated trying to do races and all that. But if it's just open roams, then it's easy. She just wants a map to drive around. That's all she cares about.
It's going back to the old Diddy Kong racing days. Yeah.
Man, I wanted Diddy Kong, like, remaster or remake or a sequel.
You never know. You know, they were digging up some old stuff. So
yeah, that Kirby Air Riders is very similar.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing you'll probably get. Yeah.
Anyway, I guess the probably the most interesting thing is that sort of price hike. They are charging like $80 for the new Mario Kart, which is kind of insane.
Yeah.
And I guess, is this something that's going to become a trend? They're the first ones to kind of go that far into the new pricing, outside of premium editions for some games, but still.
They're getting, like, a lot of their, what was it, the Mario Kart stream that they did, everybody was just ragging on about the price.
Yeah, but I think this is going to be a situation where people are going to complain and then pay it anyway.
Yeah.
I think, like...
Full Switch 2, outsold by the Wii U.
Yes, this is true. The Wii U has technically sold more than the Switch 2 currently, which is a crazy statistic.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Speaking of things making crazy amount of money, the Minecraft movie. It's fucking terrible. I'll tell you right now. We will do a lights, camera, and action on it. It is a across the board bad movie, but it is doing very, very well in the box office. It is making money hand over fist. In fact, it's made more...
I want to interject. It is a bad movie in terms of a movie, but as kids' entertainment, it is brilliant.
Yeah, but that's because kids are idiots. So that's pretty much what I said.
Kids don't know what a... Yeah.
Kids don't have taste.
I had fun with it.
Yeah, to note, a kid's point of reference is mostly their parents.
True. Or in this case, Minecraft streamers, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
But it had a huge opening weekend. What was it?
110, wasn't it?
140.
146 in the US.
Yep.
377 million worldwide.
So it was about 300 million worldwide. It looks like, so, which is fucking insane. It did more than the Sonic movie did in like 3 months. Sonic 3. And Sonic 3 was obviously a big success, but yeah. Currently rated at 49% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is I think too high, but it's crazy. They basically, people are saying basically it's the 5-quadrant movie, like it's appealing to so many different people. I will just say I went and saw it over the weekend at it was 9 o'clock at night, final showing for the night, and it was adults only, so it's 18 plus, so no kids.
Match theater?
It was a packed theater. Like it was it was crazy how packed it was. And it was nothing but uni students memeing the fuck out of it. And I'll talk more about the experience of the movie than the movie itself probably when we get to lights, camera, and action. But that was the perfect way to get through that movie, because otherwise I probably would have walked out at certain points because it was just so bad. Anyway, it's obviously doing very well. It is.
I'll save everything else. I'll save everything else for LCA. But just having the Jack Black going like it's Minecraft.
First we mine, and then we're gonna mine, and then we craft. People lost their fucking minds. It was.
I have not seen this yet. So.
I thought it was. I thought it was very funny. Like every time they would cut to a scene that was outside of the Minecraft world and then back into it, I'd be like, "Oh, Minecraft, got it," which killed. People thought it was very funny. It's also weird to me this was directed by the same guy who did Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. Just throwing that out there.
That's why like Jack Black works so well for this movie.
Sure.
Though.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. But if you do want to, if you do want to hear our extra sort of commentary on the entire movie, make sure you join the Patreon, patreon.com/HallOfGamers, where we do our lights, camera, and action episodes. It's been a while since we've done one, so we're going to be bringing it back with in form with the Minecraft movie. We might do some Sonic stuff. I know we still have one episode of Fallout we need to get back to. Don't worry, it's on the list.
We got apparently Devil May Cry is out on Netflix now too.
Yes, we should watch that as well. Yeah, so
yeah, there's a few of those things. The Tomb Raider series, all those things.
Tomb Raider series, yeah, there's a few.
But yeah, looks like video game stuff is here to stay, as we always bring it up as they come out. But yeah, I guess we'll see.
There is one bit of news that I want to add to this too.
Sure.
The Technoblade reference that's in the movie.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Wasn't originally in there. It was added in because what's the kid actor's name? Sebastian.
Yeah, he's Henry in the movie.
Yeah. He said, "Can we pay tribute?"
Yeah, which is great. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that reference is, but
yeah,
I should maybe.
So Technoblade was a famous Minecraft YouTuber that passed away of cancer. His skin was the pig wearing the golden crown.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I do definitely want to talk about this movie at some stage because like it's definitely check out the lights, camera, action because I got a lot of fucking opinions. Which is what else is new? All right, on to actual news. Apparently, Asus and Xbox are teasing that handheld that we kind of talked about the other week. And apparently it's like coming out like soon. So like ROG are doing something. They've been posting about it on Twitter. Xbox retweeted it with the monkey looking sideways gif. I don't know. I'm again interested in this thing coming out, but also how much it's going to cost, what niche it fills. Are you going to get one? Like you were talking about the Steam Deck versus the Switch 2. It's like, there's this another thing in that sort of gets thrown in there about it being Xbox branded. I don't know. It does sound like this might just be an Xbox branded ROG Ally with some slight differences to it, but yeah, I don't know.
I feel like the ROG Ally was like just testing the market, and like this is essentially a reskin ROG Ally, unless there's something that they do with the UI. Not the UI, the software for it to.
Which
this could be where that thing popped up with the UI having Steam on it from what was it, a week or two ago.
Yeah,
you know, maybe they were planning on having that as the mobile app kind of.
That would make a lot of sense.
So
it makes me wonder then if it is a case of the handhelds just getting that particular software development kit, and then not having the consoles have Steam access and that kind of stuff.
It's possible.
So Steam access makes perfect sense during like a ROG Ally, that kind of stuff.
Because it's just a PC.
There has been desperate need to have that UI on the handheld platforms. So
yeah, the handheld experience on like other handheld PCs apparently has not been very good. So, and Microsoft have been kind of pretty open about the fact that they've been working on something for it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, ultimately, I'd love to see Steam, like, you know, if you can purchase Steam games on the Xbox ecosystem, would it be a case then of, you know, how Steam will take a 30% cut for every... Sure. I wonder if that would work similar on the Xbox ecosystem, just reversed.
Maybe.
Buy Steam games for Xbox, but then they take their cut.
Potentially. I mean, I am always curious, like, how the subscription models work. Like, I wonder how Ubisoft Plus works if you play Xbox games with it. Like, is it if you buy it through the Microsoft platform or whatever, like, what's the cut?
Right.
And, like, EA access and stuff. Because obviously, they obviously, if they sell the games, they give a cut to the publisher, or sorry, to the platform holder. But if it's a subscription service, how does that kind of work? And so, like, again, with this kind of thing where it's like, you're now, like, 2 levels deep, where you're like a storefront within a storefront. How does that work?
Yeah. Well, if you sign into the Xbox app, you have the connected account of Ubisoft and the Activision Blizzard. Battle.net, that's it. All kind of in there. That connects every time you try to load the PC app. So... And if you load up Ubisoft Connect, it recognizes that you've got Ubisoft Plus as well.
Right, of course, which makes sense.
So, so it's kind of making all those layers to link everything. that way too. So.
But yeah, I mean, I'll keep an eye for a handheld. I'm traveling again more now for work, so I might be back in the market for one. But again, it'll be all about price and functionality for me. I'm not so far gone to the Xbox brand that I'll just buy whatever they put out. All right. Nine Dive Studios. So everyone's favorite remake and remaster studio, doing a lot of work recently with some older games. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff. They're doing, what was it? I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. They're remaking. Like, they've done heaps of stuff. They also did System Shock and The Thing. Apparently, they're looking to remaster some old 360 games as well, which I think is like a real untapped market. I don't know. Do you guys have any sort of dream games you think would be great to have from the 360 era that kind of just have been lost to time?
For a remaster, well, this is the thing. There's so many 360 games that I can think of that haven't necessarily been lost to time, but just having a remaster of them would be great.
There are very few of them that actually look great against today's
standards. Like I'd love like The Darkness, for example.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I think of like some niche 360 titles like that just need to be brought forward.
Yeah, like Remember Me and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. They kind of get lost, so yeah. Just some missing really good ones.
Like connecting
that wasn't backwards compatible.
Yeah, but that's the interesting thing, right? Like, imagine if they went after those ones that weren't backwards compatible for whatever reason. That would actually be really, really great because it means you could play them again.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what they do around the PS3 though, because that's been a notoriously hard console to work with based on its like cell architecture.
Yeah.
It's the reason why we haven't seen Metal Gear Solid 4 since the PS3. You know.
Yeah. Actually, I guess the other angle of that is like PS3 exclusives that could be multi-plat as well.
Yeah, you're potentially.
I mean, like just some games off the top of my head, like Resistance, Fallen Man. I would love to play that on Xbox.
I was just thinking that. Although, I guess there's like an IP play there, right? But I guess then again, with Microsoft going third party, they might open the door.
Whether they want to put it like.
Yeah, well, I
mean, it's Insomniac, so it's a Sony-owned shoot. That's the issue there.
That's the tricky bit, right? Yeah.
I'm sure there's more third-party publishers than that would be like more than willing to turn exclusive into a multi-plat.
There's probably a lot of Japanese stuff potentially that kind of got missed on the Xbox generation.
I'm just trying to think of PS3 exclusives off the top of my head that I'd love
you
to see.
You got like Killzone and that kind of stuff, but that's Guerrilla Games, so that's still them.
Yeah, you'll see stuff like a Kiwi strip show up.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Cameron?
Some really weird
Demon Souls.
Demon Souls, yeah, that's true. Actually, that would actually make a lot of sense. Demon Souls. I mean, obviously they did remake it for the PS5, so.
I'm just trying to think. Killzone. I love the original Killzone on PS2.
Yeah. Killzone's great. I mean, but yeah, that's Guerrilla Games, so that's the Horizon devs, so probably not.
Heavenly Sword.
Yeah, well, that's Ninja Theory, so yes, actually, that is potentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
That game's not.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I suddenly remember that Heavenly Sword had like the longest load screen I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know, it just suddenly flashed back to my memory. I was like, I remember seeing it on a podcast just like this one back when I was 15 years old or whatever, when that game came out, and they just had like someone just pointed a video camera at their PS3 and just recorded how long it took to load into the first level of that game.
Yeah.
And holy shit.
I'm trying to think of any like 360 games that haven't really been.
Someone said Alpha Protocol.
Huh?
Alpha Protocol would be a really good one. Yeah, Red Faction.
There's a Bethesda one called Wet.
Oh yeah, I played that. Yeah, Wet was a fun game. Yeah. They had that sort of Oof, yeah. I mean, as long as it doesn't have the DLC, I'm probably keen. But
I mean, if it was just a base game, then
base game was great. I definitely recommend people play through that.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Burnout.
Well.
Burnout Revenge.
No, I don't need to play Burnout Revenge.
Burnout 3 Takedown.
Burnout 3 Takedown maybe, but Revenge, no, I'm good.
I mean, it wasn't on 360, but
it was, yeah. All right.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Like most of the games have like just been up-spec'd with.
Yeah, realistically, anything that's arcade that's kind of gone, and anything that we, so we don't have access to Fez anymore.
Yeah, true. Fez is a
So you
great
can't download
shout
it.
for that. Yeah, that's actually a very good idea.
And we could get collections of like the old Dynasty Warriors games and stuff like that
That'd
just
be really
were
interesting,
on those platforms. So, yeah.
Do another time shift or a what was that one that was really really good with the thing on your hand and you went through time and it was why am I suddenly forgetting? It's such a great game too. They put out a PC version for it recently. I think it was an Activision thing. Oh god.
No, like not Saboteur.
No, Saboteur would be great. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
That would be really good. Why am I suddenly blanking on this game? It was like the
Naughty Bear.
no.
Oh, jeez.
Dead Island would be a
Dead Island.
like
They've already redone them.
Oh yeah.
Xbox One.
I think like remake.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Yeah.
Did Rage ever get up-spec'd?
No, it didn't. I mean, to be fair, Rage would be a very good one because it already had like 4K visuals and that ridiculous shit. Because the id Tech engine just doesn't know how to make a bad game. Apparently,
it's very it's both at all.
But yeah, let us know what you think on our Discord around like other games you think would be great to do for the 360. Because the 360, I played just about every physical game on the 360 that I was interested in. It was the last time like I knew most things about the library before everything exploded with self-publishing on the Xbox One. So there's a cavalcade of games in there that have kind of been lost to time.
It's funny though, like digging through my folder, there's so many of these games that I've like Shadows of the Damned, for example.
Did get remastered.
Yeah, got like one recently. I don't know. I don't think there's like anything that's too what's the right word? There's a lot of stuff that doesn't really make sense to bring forward.
Sure. Yeah, I can understand that. All right.
Lost the video game. Lost the video game. Prison Break video game.
Lost Domus. Yeah, no, I'm good. We don't need enough. We have enough baby games already. All right, tell me about this weird Zelda thing that you found. I know we said we finished talking about Nintendo news, but
all right. So yeah, I only just found this quickly before the pod. Whilst we were looking for like any news this week, Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom will have achievements on Nintendo Switch 2. Both games will receive Nintendo Switch 2 editions, which are enhanced versions of the original games, which will improve visuals of the benefits. Switch 2 edition games are separate from standard Switch 2 backwards compatibility and need to either be purchased separately or upgraded for the owners of Switch 1 versions. Both these games will have a new app called Zelda Notes, which will be part of the Nintendo app. Also on the way is an update to the Nintendo Switch app called Zelda Notes. The game-specific service is exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2 editions of the games and help players navigate to various locations like that difficult-to-find shrine or hidden... I think they showed a little bit off on their screen, right?
Yeah, well, so it's actually like GPS tracking, like... We'll point you play by play to something you haven't found.
That's kind of interesting.
Like and read it out and stuff like that. Yeah, so.
The Zelda Notes app will also feature a long-requested feature for Nintendo consoles: achievements. The achievements will track things like weapons collected, the number of shrines completed, and other in-game metrics. Another achievement system, medals, will be awarded for reaching certain in-game milestones. Players will then be able to track their achievements against their friends and other players in the Nintendo app. And then they go on to say what the price of it is. So, I'm interested in the players will be able to track their achievements against their friends and other players in the Nintendo app.
I mean, that sounds like a meta system, like that's getting pretty close to like a proper trophy achievement system, right? Like, I know that medals was something they kind of tried a while ago, right? But it might have been with the Wii, I think.
Oh, dude, it was the Metroid Prime trilogy.
That's right. Yes.
Had the internal system that was linked online. So you had to be online to access them, so that effectively died out.
Yeah, I knew it was something to do with Metroid. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so that everyone was like, "This is fucking cool. We should do this for everything." And then
it was so good. I love that trilogy. Yeah, I've still got it, like lying around. So
yeah, I guess
one of the few Wii things I held on to. So
I was looking up anything to do with Nintendo achievements. Is Nintendo planning to bring achievement system to its games ever? Top comment. Someone didn't unlock any Miiverse stickers for the Wii U now, did they?
yeah, the closest thing that they've gotten to it so far is the Xenoblade Chronicles have a huge internal tracking system for achievements. The internal ones, and Hyrule Legends, I think, might have had some.
Like
in game, so many unlockables. So
in game, it's not an issue because developers have
those
options,
the dev stuff. Yeah, exactly.
But just external, like, I guess for me, like how made up not the right word. Like par to par with like Xbox, how intuitive is the system?
Sure, and also how shareable and viewable, and yeah.
Because I like if Switch 2 has achievements, I'll be 100% full on like doing Switch games. I have no issue with that.
Yeah, I consider.
But it's just how does this all show to us?
Well, if anything, it's going to be accessible and playful. Like, it'll be probably the best achievement system if they do it right.
I mean, who knows? You might see a TrueMetals.com in the future. Wouldn't be the strangest thing. Yeah.
Bruce Switches doesn't just really roll the tongue.
It really doesn't. Yeah.
Switch medals.
Oh man. And then what's this last one you found here, Cameron?
And the last one was an exclusive from Insider Gaming. Ubisoft is developing a turn-based tactics game set in the Rainbow Six universe. So this came out today. Oh, well, this news story came out today, I should say. It was said that the new Rainbow Six Siege game is likely 1 or 2 years out, but is aiming to be released as a current generation console title with the Series X and S, PS5, PC, and possibly the Nintendo Switch 2. Two sources who have knowledge of the game said that the camera is a top-down view somewhat similar to Diablo 4 or XCOM, and would see the player take control of Rainbow Six Siege operatives. One source said, just watch some XCOM gameplay if you want to get an idea. I'd say it's an updated version of that with cinematic cutscenes and so on.
I mean, this makes perfect sense, right? Like, I think that this, in terms of like a tactical game, Rainbow Six is the obvious pick.
Yeah, the cover shooting mechanics, like everything. Like, you are hiding behind corners before you attack stuff.
And that's before Siege was even a thing. You know, like when you play like Vegas and stuff, like cover and like squad mechanics and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Ghost Recon also has that too. But, I mean, this sounds great to me. I mean, I'm wondering... Yeah, I don't know. Like,
this was the exact conversation we had like 6 months ago, well, probably 12 months ago with Prince of Persia on that.
True.
Like, they should be having these smaller teams work on projects like this that utilize their IP into new creative ways.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, and there's so many really, really old games that have tried stuff like this, like ancient stuff like Deadline and things just on PC that you never find, like 256 like graphic things that have just you never see these days, and that reminds me of something like that. So, you know,
what Ubisoft pre-existing IP would you want to take and apply to a new genre?
I would love to see Beyond Good and Evil just in any genre make a fucking game. How about that? Just as an idea, just any game, just a game of some kind.
It won't be. It'll be like it'll be just a movie now.
I want a
forever delayed
survival horror Rabbids game.
That actually sounds amazing.
I was gonna say a Rabbids Racer, but yeah, I like survival.
Something with Rayman would be good, to be honest. Like, I mean, obviously Rayman is very, very much a platformer, but I would play like a 3D, like a sort of like old school 3D platformer Rayman. Obviously,
I mean, Mario's a platformer and doesn't stop him from.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I've always wondered why Rayman isn't like in more like diverse, like why they haven't really spun it off.
I mean, Rayman Origins and then Legends is all they've really done with it for a very long time.
My favorite level of X Defiant was the Rayman level. That was excellent. So yeah.
And Legends is a fantastic game. Like the musical levels, like there's so much good stuff in both Origins, and it's a real shame they just kind of didn't do more of them. Right level, about the right level of difficulty too.
Yeah, maybe they should make Rayman into like a first-person one, like Ghost Runner.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Yeah, I'd play
Like
that.
I'm kind of surprised they hadn't like done turn-based with Assassin's Creed or anything either.
Yeah.
Like I still think you could still apply that similar stuff to it.
I mean, Assassin's Creed has done quite a few different things, right? Because they did kind of the boat thing with pirates, and then they did the Chronicle stuff with the side scroller, the more like Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Well, even then, it wasn't really Metroidvania; it was literally just side scrolling.
Yeah. Then I guess like you can take the touring aspects of that as well and done like
Yeah,
those kind of.
that's true. That's true. But
Yeah.
I'd play a just thinking like an Assassin's Creed kart game would be very fucking funny.
Yeah, one of those kind of IPs that you would not expect to like be translated to another.
Just a weird one.
But-
Yeah.
I want to turn Ghost Recon into Trials.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, they did. They were like,
That's the joke. That's the joke.
They were like, they were like, okay, well, we can make Ghost Recon whatever we want because no one gives a shit about this franchise anymore.
Yeah.
I'm very curious when we get to Breakpoint what that's going to be like, considering how all over the place Wildlands was. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they were like, let's turn the crew into a boat and plane racing game as well. So
Yeah, and it's way better than Forza, I think, in my opinion.
Okay.
I actually like it a lot more.
I mean, Motorfest is probably my favorite of the.
yeah, I enjoyed Motorfest a lot.
I think Motorfest is more so likable to me because it's a shorter experience. You're not.
It's more
Doing
condensed.
this-
Yeah, it doesn't feel like. I was going to say that Hawaii does feel maybe a little bit small for a game like that, but I think in terms of what you actually end up playing for it, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Watch Dogs could do something with all its hacking mini games and all
I
that.
was just thinking, yeah, like a Watch Dogs Hex, similar to what they did with the Lara Croft one and with Deus Ex and Hitman.
Oh,
and that kind of
like
stuff.
the Hitman. Yeah.
Yeah, that would. I think like a Watch Dogs thing would
Go
be kind of
games.
interesting. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
Go games. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the news for
You
this
know,
week.
but it's survival horror.
Hmm?
You know, but it's survival horror.
Uno is survival horror. Have you seen? Sometimes the camera turns on and you just want to leave the game immediately. It's like buckshot roulette. All right, let's get into what's happening with Game Pass. So I'll just flick through these quickly because there's a little bit going on. But April 3rd, so just the other day, we had Borderlands Ultimate Edition get added to Game Pass Ultimate PC as well, and it's got a stack now. We were talking about this kind of pre-show, but it has a first-time Borderlands 3 PC stack that has obviously, it's just the Ultimate Edition, so it has all the DLC included. So if you want to stack those games, we could stack them. We could do them again.
It's funny because like I've thought of how many times I've seen this sale for Tiny Tina and Borderlands 3
Yeah,
are like 90% off
they basically give it
every
away.
2 to 3 weeks for I don't know how long now.
And they're just like, yeah, fuck it, just get it in Game Pass.
And now it's in Game Pass.
I mean, perfect spot for it. It is one of those games where it's like it's a lot more fun with people. We can attest to it. We had a pretty good time playing through 3. DLCs were okay.
I mean, the only thing I can remember from that game is the ending song.
Oh my god, yeah, that was
That was so
it
funny.
was so on the
That was
fucking
the
nose.
only memorable bit of the game for me.
The story was non-existent.
It's a mess.
We also All You Need Is Help got added to Game Pass Standard. Don't play that, it's bad. Still Wake the Deep came to Game Pass Standard. Do play that, it's good. And Wargroove 2 came to Standard. Maybe play that, it's really hard. And then April 8th coming up tomorrow, we've got South of Midnight coming out, which I'm very keen to jump on. And it looks like Diablo 3 Reaper Assault Ultimate Evil Edition is coming as well, which is an interesting edition.
Because it says PC there, PC Game Pass, it'd just be the hub to the Blizzard one. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll just be, it won't be anything achievement related,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Was that wasn't there 2 editions of that?
There
was a base game and then a
on the
Ultimate
360
edition
there was. Yes, they did the original and then the expansion edition, but I think by the time the Xbox One came out, it was just the complete edition.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember doing Diablo 3, the 360 version, a few months back when I just grinded out that last achievement for God, so many fucking hours. And then April 9th, we've got Commando Origins, which I don't think any of us are probably super big fans of the Commando series, but I think it's always kind of fun, that kind of RTS light genre. But the one I'm really excited for is Blueprints, April 10th. I've been hearing like Game of the Year contender kind of talks about this kind of game in terms of like indie hit. So this is sounds like it's going to be a must play for me. I'm definitely very, very keen on it. It does bear a lot of similarities to another game that I will not mention. So we will see if this becomes the new thing to guess in the word challenge.
I was going to say, what is the game?
No, yeah.
The Looker.
The Looker, yes, the Observer.
Yeah.
And then on April 15th, we have the Hunt Showdown 1896 coming to Ultimate and Game Pass as well. So I've had some good stuff in there, actually.
I'm still pissed off about Hunt 1896.
The fact that they fucked it all.
Because when they went to doing the Xbox Series version, the PS4 players got a free upgrade to PS5, but Xbox players missed out.
Wow, okay.
So if you had a physical copy, you were screwed over.
That sucks.
I think
I've heard it's a really good game, though, but I just never have gotten into it. I hear it's kind of a pretty... You got to dive deep into it.
It has some really nice soundtrack music, because it pops up on my Spotify all the time. And I'm just like, what's this? And I'm like, oh, this is really cool. So, and it was one of the ones that they actually played at, I think, the Game Awards, along with some of this. They had like a couple of live music events.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And one of those was from the Hunt.
Well, because what's his... Post Malone has something to do with it, right? He was doing some sort of circus.
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting. And then leaving, this is killing me. Botany Manor, both versions, Coral Island, Harold Halibut, Homestead Arcana, Kona, Orcs Must Die 3, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and Turbo Golf Racing. I don't know, anything you guys... Botany Manor, I think everyone should play through 100%. Yeah. Like, I think it's a fantastic game. It's also not very long. I like the first-person escape room kind of vibes.
Yeah, I need to do Kona based on, I think Cameron playing a little while ago. It was on my list, and I really do need to do Botany Manor too, but I just don't think I don't know if I'll get to them. So.
Homestead Arcana, I started up the other day, but I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, that's kind of where when it came out, I was thinking about it because, again, like Allison likes those kinds of games, but I was like, this is not. I don't think this is the one for me.
It feels a little bit too on the slower, cozy side.
Than like a Rune Factory or a Stardew Valley. Yeah.
Should I do Harold?
I
feel like with the time, and effort that they put into that game, I want to do it.
Yeah, I would recommend it. Like, I would definitely say do Harold Halibut. There's a guide on Steam that tells you kind of all the missables for the most part. It's a little bit, it's not like super user friendly. You kind of got to maybe open a couple of tabs, but the game itself, I have my opinions about it. I don't think the interactivity actually adds anything to the experience, but it is one of those things that like there aren't any other games like this in terms of like visual style. Like the whole idea is that like they built all of this stuff in claymation from scratch and scanned it in, and it took them 10 years to make this game. So I'm definitely curious to hear what people think. I'm glad that I played it a little while ago, just kind of like decided to do it because now I don't have to rush it. But it's not a very long game either, so you'd easily get it done. There is that 15-hour achievement, but you just kind of leave it sitting there for a little bit and you'll get it.
So that's the only reason it's 15 hours.
100%.
Right?
You get the game done in like 5 hours otherwise.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that a game like that would have a time-based achievement when it's clearly not going to be that long. So
I guess they just take your time with it.
That was the only one I was worried about. But I would say, Botany Manor is the other one that you should definitely do.
Yeah.
Kona? Kona?
Yeah,
6-8 hours.
I like Kona. I think the second game is a lot better. I think they kind of realized they took some of the survival stuff out that kind of wasn't a lot of fun in the first game. So I think the second game is a lot better, but the second game is a direct sequel to the first game. So like it begins right, it picks up right where the first one leaves off. So if you do want to play them, I would play Kona, the original. But also Kona goes on sale pretty often, so it's not like, I don't think you need to worry too much about it.
And I should have picked up Turbo Golf Racing when it was like 75% off.
I never actually. Yeah, it looks pretty rough to be honest, but it's also golf, so I don't know. I'm very upset about Orcs Must Die 3, obviously, because I am playing through that with Stubby at the moment, and we're going to have to try and rush as much of it as possible. But I don't own the DLC, so I'm going to have to buy it at some stage anyway, so whatever, is what it is.
Yeah.
Patreon, patreon.com/HallOfGamers. If you want to help support the show, we put out exclusive content occasionally. So huge thank you to Lee Howard, Mikhail KV, Natolated, Mad Lefty, Emerald Awesome, Happy Moogles, Kung Fu Skills, Hackapone, Cavalier 07, Old Mate Clown, Massage, Left Legacy, and McNulty. We literally could not afford to do the show without you guys, so thank you so much for your support. And if you do want extra content, any other bits and pieces, also if there's stuff you want to hear about, again, I used to do kind of outtakes for this stuff, but we kind of don't really do them anymore because of just how our recording schedules work. But if there's extra stuff you want us to talk about or do deep dives and stuff, we've played around with the idea of kind of doing like retrospectives on old games and stuff. It's just kind of finding the time. But I guess the thing is we just want to make sure that when we make stuff, that it's stuff you guys actually want to listen and watch, as opposed to us just kind of throwing stuff out there and you going, yeah, this seems kind of crap. Yeah, so definitely leave us your feedback. We do also have like a Discord channel for Patrons as well. So we add people on there if you join the Patreon. So, but yeah, huge thank you to all of you. And then we have the Bimestral Burden, a monthly theme, which is every 2 months. And for April and March, it's been Bring Out Your Dead, completing games that feature the undead, zombies, ghosts, vampires, and other spookies, not demons. Anything you guys...
Where do we fit piglins into?
Sorry, what?
Where do we fit piglins into?
Well, I'd say Minecraft would count because you have skeletons and zombies, literally. So piglins...
Like the creepers.
And creepers. Yeah, I mean, creepers maybe not, but...
There's not creepers in Legends, though. I'm just...
Yes, there are. They're definitely creepers, right? You can blow things up.
Yeah, you use them as...
you use them. Yeah. Okay, we're safe.
Yeah, you're safe. So you're fine. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so yeah, you go. Minecraft counts, but all versions of Minecraft count, so you're good for that. Cool. Anything you guys have been thinking about playing for? Again, we're into April now, so but any zombie games or undead games?
We can get into games that we've been playing.
Yeah, let's do that. Cameron, let's start with you.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to start off with. I started April with a bunch of Power Geek games that had came out because I'm just like easy gamer score that you can do as much as you want and then you can just use a guide.
I was going to say you solved all of them on your own though, right?
I mean, not all of them.
Oh, not all of them. Oh, okay.
I haven't completed all the Power Geek games. I think there are like 3 left.
There are a lot.
I worked out how to install them.
Yeah. I played a few of them for fun. The only one that's a bit annoying is I think it's 60 words. Something like that. Yeah. Just of doing crosswords with a controller does not sound like a fun time.
I do crosswords every day, but but I use a touchscreen. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. So yeah, I went. I did them. I did a game called 890B, which is like a walking simulator. Which, it's a shooting game. Or I hope it's a shooting game. And there was another one. I think I did a visual novel just because I had access to it. So I got a lot of gaming, like easy baby score up pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been doing relatively okay for the steps for, I think I was in 4th.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm number 1 for gamer score. So I'm like, all right, let's get ratio taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Kia have started Minecraft Legends.
I mean, of ratio, that is probably the best one you can pick. It is still my highest ratio completed game with 7.7.
This is really fun.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Granted, the only thing that we've done so far is explore the entire map, pet all the animals, found all the mounts, opened 5 chests. What else did we do?
We built a world, like the town, one of the towns up.
Yeah. So you know how you got all the villages sections and all that. So there's a guide in TA now that how it's set up. You just make a big plus sign. So you set it up.
Okay.
So you set it up. You have your carpenter hut in each corner.
Yep.
You have you put 4 gates down on either side. You put 2 watchtowers on either side of them. You then connect the walls for each of them. And then as soon as you put all the walls down, you put watchtowers down in every segment. So it is essentially a massive fortress.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
You then put down 4 of the whatever turns the from wood to stone.
Yes. Yeah. The masonry.
Whatever building that is. So me and Kay have 1 massive fortress done. We have done 2 of our upgrades to get iron. But
to be fair, I'm the one collecting resources, and he's the mastermind behind the building.
So, the only issue we've had so far is it's kicking Kay quite a bit.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it's
I don't know what happened because it did stabilize itself, and eventually I wasn't being kicked. So I don't know.
Are you still playing on cloud?
I've noticed my internet dropping.
No, I installed it to the PC.
Okay.
I've noticed my internet dropping for like 10 seconds at a time lately now, again, which worked for like a month or 2, and now it's starting to do it. So that might be the issue, but I need to find that out. But I'm really liking this. I got really hyped for Minecraft, and then I went into the movie with like such a positive attitude because of how much I was enjoying Legends.
Legends is fun. Like, it's a slept-on game that I actually like, and I played with Aftos and had a pretty good time with. Like, it's definitely got its flaws, like big flaws, but I think overall it's a pretty good game.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. So yeah, was there anything else you want to talk about Minecraft?
Well, really, it's pretty straightforward. Like, yeah, I don't think there's really anything outside of like really bearing in mind what resources you collect and stuff like that. If you don't collect enough resources of the right type, you can ruin your playthrough. And we've only just started getting into day-night cycles, so
we're in like preparation phase, so like nothing can really. We can set up as much stuff as we want before we take down that tower and get that achievement. So essentially, it's going to just set it up so we can just fast travel around and then go from there.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did too. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, and like it definitely feels pretty easy on co-op.
Yeah, playing it non-co-op would be a real pain. I can imagine playing with 3, because you have 3 people in it, I think, right? So
3 sounds right.
I know it's more than 2.
I'm not 100% sure on that. The only thing I'm not like I kind of want to test out is there's custom stuff now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that affects the achievements or not because I can't find any confirmation.
It doesn't. Online. It doesn't for the most part, but I think there's some achievements that it does. So like I think because I think some of the title update stuff is like start worlds with those things on them, and you just get the achievements. So like there are some achievements that are just like coded to work, but I think like the difficulty ones because it's a difficulty setting. Like if you need, because I think you need to finish a game with like Nightmare or whatever it is hard. If you change it to custom, you won't get it. I don't think. If I remember correctly. So I think it's like the difficulty ones you won't get, but I think everything else is still achievable. So it's
we'll just go through. It's just that one difficulty one, and the DLC has like the update has like PvP and stuff like that.
Yeah, which is super straightforward. You can grind it really easily.
Yeah, and all the highest ratio achievements, like they're all 10, 10, 10, 12.
A lot of people like played through the game and then just never went back for the title updates, which I always found strange.
Other than that, what have I been playing? I did Paganite. The only other thing I've been working on for essentially just to bump my ratio is Age of Empires.
Oh yes, yeah, that's a good one.
So I did 1 or 2 missions in Age of Mythology. Are you right? I took it off. Sorry.
Somebody has to be part of the podcast.
So yeah, somebody wants to be part of the podcast. I had to get blood tests today, and now she's worried about my Band-Aid. So are you right?
I think he needs to keep his sugars up.
Yeah.
I think that's what he needs to do.
So, Age of Mythology, I've done 2 missions on the hard difficulty for that. I got to do a little bit more cleanup. But Age of Empires 2, I don't know if I bought this DLC or if I just have access to it. They brought out a Glory to Greece campaign.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear about that. Interesting.
So there was victories and vanquish. There was victories and vanquishes that I want to say came out like 6 months or something ago now. Like it's a really hard deal.
That was the Roman run, right?
No, I think there was one before that was Roman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
This victors and vanquishes one was the one that the guy in the community made.
Yes,
but it's like 40 to 50 hours, and it's like really difficult. Whereas in the new one is just called Glory of Grace. It's got like 3 new civilizations. The only things that seem to like really change is town centers will have like a bonus if you select, like you might have a military bonus, or you'll have an economic bonus, or you'll have some kind of effect, right?
Sure.
They've changed like how some of the units works. Like instead of monk, you might have a priestess, and they like will slightly vary. The campaign's really good. Like it's only missing the starting scenes and the ending scenes that they usually do. It's just straight voiceover.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With pretty basic drawings, to be honest. But it's like it's a really engaging DLC. Like it feels like what the original Age of Empires 2 campaigns felt like, but just into a longer campaign over like 3 different stories.
Okay.
So nobody's touched it. There's 2 people that have Age of Empires completed on TA now.
Right.
With all these DLCs that have came out. So I'm bumping my ratio as much as I can getting these achievements.
Nice.
Only downside is I have to repeat missions because you need to get aura upgrades with every civilization and every upgrade.
Okay, so you got to cycle
through.
through.
So you need to, So, for example, the first guy, the Greeks that I'm using, their version of cavalry, like it's essentially a knight, but like reworded. They're really powerful. When you use your aura, you want to like focus on that, but then you want to essentially replay it to do your infantry and that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's really engaging. It's really difficult, but nowhere as much as like victors and vanquishers. That's essentially me.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. Everything looks locked for me. I've loaded the game up and it's just all showing locked. So I'd say
I might have bought it when it came out, but I do not remember purchasing it.
Oh man.
Which is
Microsoft must love that. That's great.
Yeah.
I love Age of Empires though. Like,
that's true. You were always going to
buy every DLC pack that's come out. So
I'll quickly go through my stuff because like I said, I've been away for the week, so I have not played very much at all. I did the first DLC for Doom Eternal, so I finished that up. It was fine. It's 3 levels. It's a bit long, but it's not that bad. Again, didn't need to play through it 2 times because I feel like the extra life mode doesn't add anything to the game. The other thing I played was Blizzard Arcade Collection that came to Game Pass recently. Very, very easy completion. You can use passwords in that some sort of classic arcade game way where you can basically skip to the final parts of most of the games and just kind of finish them up. You do have to play through a little bit of Rock and Roll Racing a few different times, like the different versions of it. But you only need to do like you have to finish the hard cup once, and like you can password to the final challenge. You just have to win if you get enough points.
Is it difficult in terms of completion, or is it?
It's not easy. Like it's relatively easy, but it's not like super like brain dead. Like you have to be okay at driving the games. It's that classic isometric, like you hold on A to drive forward, and then you kind of turn yourself, but you just keep going accelerating.
The Micro Machines kind of
exactly
stuff.
Micro Machines, RC Pro-Am, that kind of game. So it is like if you haven't played one of those, it takes a little bit of getting used to. But the password gives you like the best car with all the upgrades and everything. So like it's pretty straightforward. You just have to consistently win a few times. It's not too bad. And once you've won like the most difficult Veterans Cup, all the other achievements can be done finishing the Rookie Cup, which is like the easy version of it. So you do have to do it like 4 times though, because it's like 4 versions of the game, which is a bit of a slog, but pretty straightforward. The rest of it is like Lost Vikings, where you can use the kind of rewind mechanic and stuff, and the like kind of skip to the end of the game stuff. And same thing with Blackthorn, I think it is. So it's again very, very straightforward collection. It took me like just under 2 hours to finish. I think and TA wise it's pretty good. I think it's like 2.2, so it's decent for ratio. So it might be a good one for your list, Cameron.
I was thinking about after I get these Age of Empires and Minecraft Legends, what to go into next.
And then the other thing. Well, sorry. Yep.
No. You go. You finish up.
And then the only other thing I played was Mythwrecked, which also came to Game Pass recently, which is the sort of you're a backpacker on an island with a bunch of Greek gods. This game's bad. It's just bad. Like there's really nothing to it. You basically wander around an island clicking on things. And if you basically, it's like, oh, you need to feed all these birds, try and find all the birds in the area. And then it's like, okay, well, you fed enough birds. Now you need to find some items that belong to the gods and give them back to them using a little radar system. And then also make sure you just pick a bunch of fruits. You can use it to buy little collectibles. It's a very like nothing game. Like it seemed like it might have had some puzzles, but it does not. Like it's really, really basic.
Right.
Is it like point and click or
no? It's basically a walking simulator, is what this game basically is. It's a walking and collecting game. Like it's basically fetch. You're just doing fetch quests the entire time. It's story wise is not that great either. It definitely it leans towards the I don't want to say woke, right? Because I think it has that connotation, but it's like Hephaestus is in a weird, like it's a very diverse game, we'll say. In that it's like a lot of mohawks, a lot of colored hair, a lot of chats. Yeah, again, it's like I just kind of feel like there wasn't much to it. It was kind of like a interesting concept, but they kind of went nowhere. So like each of the gods you meet has like a thing you need to go and do, and once you do a certain amount of it and you collect enough mementos to hand back to them, then they level up their friendship level with you, and you got to get all of them to level 3 to kind of unlock the final story beat. And like there's no challenge, there are puzzles in that you get these little crests that you have to put into doors, and then you have to the classic like rotating disc puzzle, but it's not a puzzle because you just rotate the things into the space and then you move to the next one and rotate it into the space. Like there's no puzzle aspect to it. It's literally just like
put it in,
turn it and then move to the next one and turn it. Like it isn't like you turn this one and it turns that one. It's like no, they just kind of turn it independently. Like it feels like they forgot to put the game in here. It's really, really weird. Also,
listen, it's one of those things they work on, right? They just never got around to it.
There's like game's got to go out. It does. It also like there's no voice acting, so it does the classic thing where it's like whenever you move to a new what do you call it, like a new like sentence or whatever, they make weird, like make those kind of like noises, your classic like exactly. And if you're skipping through the dialogue as fast as I am because it's trash, it just sounds like you like a Furby's being molested or something. It's fucking weird. Like it's just I don't know. It's an easy game. It's like a 1.4 ratio, and like it was kind of like super mindless. The only challenge in the entire game is basically being like, okay, which memento goes with which god, and it's kind of just like if you don't eventually you'll get it by process of elimination if you just keep working at it. But if you know a little bit about Greek history or Greek mythology, you'll kind of get a little bit more of it. But yeah, I don't know. It's very, very average. But I'm done with it, and now I'm kind of looking for my next thing.
Cool. Yeah.
Kier, what about you?
Well, I'll move on to the stuff that I've been doing. I don't know, I've had an interesting couple of weeks where probably out of boredom I've been finding weird different things to kind of do, right? So one of the things that I ended up doing was for the April Achievement Challenge stuff, the Xbox cast is like, well, I can cover like achievements and like movement and fitness stuff kind of with Kinect games.
Sure, yeah.
So I busted out a bunch of Kinect games that I have not played yet. Just because of the Kinect games, like there are two things I'm trying to collect, like as many Kinect games as I can, and like games for Windows games and stuff, like the physical versions of them, just to kind of have them. And I ended up doing 2 dance games. Evolution, which was a Konami game, which is kind of like a pop star kind of thing where you have like a group of background dancers and stuff like that, and you have to just follow the silhouettes like as they pop up on screen. So it's really confusing and simple when it's like at the start of the game. If you're using the easiest difficulty, it's really like, do I do all of the moves or do I do this? Do I do this? And it has a couple of like bonus things, like if you hold your hand out when you build up a meter and then you raise your hand to the sky, it goes into like a extra portal world kind of thing where you can get special ripples and stuff like that if you do moves correctly. But it's really straightforward though. Looks really nice actually for a dancing game. But yeah, so not much more to it than that. A lot of its own songs that you'd never heard of or unique things that they kind of made up. And yeah, and I did Nickelodeon Dance too. So this is one that I'd picked up for $1 on clearance at work at one point, and it doesn't even have like the actual slick for the game. Like it was just the manual and the disc.
Wow.
At some point. Yeah. So I'm like, I'll throw this in. It's a 3-hour completion. It's probably I would have got more of a workout from this than I did from Evolution. So, like as a kid's game, it has like a fitness, a dance move, and it just has the 3 different modes. There's one called Freeze, which is basically the same dance, but you freeze. And it's just got all of the Nickelodeon kids characters in it, like
Sure.
Dora the Explorer and Diego and all that kind of stuff. So it's like nothing that I should be playing at all. Yeah, I found that one at the CEX too.
Oh, you got it? All right,
you
cool.
know, yeah. Yeah, so like, and it's just you play through the theme songs of the of the TV shows and stuff like that, and there's a couple of extra things in there like Mary Had a Little Lamb and Twinkle Little Star and stuff.
Sure.
But that was a really quick one to kind of get out of the way. So yeah, that's another one. I'll do some more Connect games and see what. Maybe I should do the Star Wars Connect dance mode or something.
Oh my god!
Like
Yeah,
that.
can't wait for
I know,
that.
right?
I might
Yeah.
just
Han Solo.
start doing this as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Put it up on the Discord, streaming it or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I also tried to put together I just had some stuff lying around from some chairs that I'd bought and stuff, and I'm trying to put together like you guys would have seen in the what do we call it, the too expensive or whatever channel,
Overpriced garbage channel.
Overpriced garbage. There you go. And just try to makeshift some steering wheel setup.
Sure.
I put like it's like a salon chair where I'd taken the whole chair off the top, and it was just like the base and the foot part of that, and just makeshifted this this steering wheel that I picked up for super cheap at work.
It did look dangerous. I will tell you right now. Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
I might die.
It worked. It absolutely worked. But and it was stable when you held the steering wheel and you put your feet on the pedals and you kind of just had it grounded. But when it wasn't grounded, it was just all over the place. But
sure,
it was just a bit of fun, something I was fooling around with. But then I busted out my actual A-frame from my old steering wheel out of the shed and set something up proper. So I've been now doing games like Dirt Rally 2, WRC 6, stuff like that, and it works really well. This is a $129 from work, and it's the PXN wheel, and I don't know, they might be German, I think, and they have different tiers, and this is like the cheapest wheel that we sell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's plastic. It has just the brake and the pedal.
So
and
classic carcinogen.
Yeah, and it's like has the 180 degrees, so you've got the 90 degrees, and then you can turn it 90 degrees right and 90 degrees left,
Gotcha.
and then that's it. Where standard wheels, but of better quality, will be like 270 and 900.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the one that's above it is 270 with a switch to go to 900 for things like truck sims. Stuff
Gotcha.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and tractor sims and things. So
That definitely sounds German to me, I'll tell you.
This was just to kind of throw around the idea of can I get a racing setup built back into my setup.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing that, and now I'm having fun with it. Going kite. Maybe one day I'll just get something like a whole lot better. So, but this is good for now. It's fine. I also loaded up today Forza Motorsport again. I'm not finished that. That's the one that came out a year ago. I hated it back then, and I hate it now. It is absolute dog shit of a game, really. So like it's so bare bones and straightforward, and just not fun. It's not a fun, and it's not really a game. Like,
and the fact they spent so long making it.
And it's such a disappointment. And the worst part about my experience with the PC version just before the podcast, I loaded it up. I did a race. It had to because it's an always online game. As soon as I finished the race, to save my progress, it required an online connection. It failed to connect. It failed to save my progress. And so I'm like, okay, it says save your progress, try again to connect to the network to save your progress, or go into offline mode. You go into offline mode, it instantly reconnects, but defaults you back to the main splash screen to sign in with default settings again to go, okay, do you want to connect to online mode?
Oh my god.
When it already said it connected. And then so it just ended up in this eternal rotation of just trying to connect the game online. So that was natively installed to the PC as well. It wasn't even like through the cloud. So like I said last time with Forza, it runs really, really well. Like Horizon ran really well. This runs really, really well. So it works great. But as a display piece for a car game, perfectly fine. But as a game, no, not at all. So, yeah. But yeah, other than that, I finished Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. Finally got that done. The last thing I needed was the Yeti, diamonds, which was pretty straightforward. I did all that on easy mode in Garden Ops, and then spent like a day trying to get a single, triple, like vampire wave by myself. Didn't even see triple Yetis, like nothing. As soon as I started running it in co-op, and then the first time I got a 4-player match going, got the vampire wave.
Oh,
so
right.
I think the only thing that is like critical for trying to get the bonus waves, the super waves, is to actually do it in co-op, because they try to actively make it harder, more of a challenge. So yeah, and just having more people is
That makes sense.
a little bit better. And yeah. The only other thing is Kane and Lynch Games Windows Live. I loaded that up.
Oh man, I haven't thought of that game in a while.
Because Kiku put me onto a group that's running people through the first and second leaderboard achievements, and managed to get them last night. And I'm kind of rotating myself out. You might commit for a couple of hours of getting the achievement to rotate in, but then you're going to spend like 6 or 7 hours rotating yourself out so that the leaderboard's still stabilized for the next person that's going in. That kind of stuff's a bit of a commitment. But
did the same thing for 360 as well, yeah, back in the day. That was rough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the main thing is that those 2 achievements are 0G achievements with high ratio, which works with the Xbox Cast.
True. Yeah.
Their event, but the thing about the 0G achievements is you always have to get an achievement in the game after it for it to register on TA.
Well, they can force a manual scan, but automatically, they are the ones.
Exactly.
That
yeah. So,
the value
but yeah, otherwise you basically don't see it. So yeah. And that's me.
All right. And then I guess we have the word challenge. Everyone's favorite competition that Left Legacy just fucking wins every time, apparently, because the man just is unstoppable. So, yep, Legacy won this one. The clue was the game was less than $20. It was set on Earth. You fight with a steel sword. And the devs made an alien invasion game. And he got it just about straight away with Sid Meier's Pirates. Because, of course, the invasion game I'm talking about is XCOM. So, again, I was also going to do something about Civilization, but that would probably make it too obvious. So, congratulations to Legacy.
A lot of different games.
Yeah, Firaxis has done a lot of different stuff, yeah. Yeah, a lot to pull from. But Sid Meier's Pirates, again, because I've been playing Skull and Bones, I was like, let's do a pirate game. So, congratulations to him, and I will have a new game for you guys next week, so keep an eye out. And if you don't know what the challenge is, you go on our Discord and the Word Challenge channel. Basically, you go in there and guess what a game is, and I give a clue every week. And if you win $20 New Zealand. Best of luck to everyone for next week. I got to come up with a really hard one because I don't want it to end up with like Jet Empire again, where you get it on the first week.
Yeah.
And then we have the leaderboards, which on TA, if you want to join, let us know. We check every week to see who's on the top 3. So in third place, we have a Grey Shark with 13,950, Thrash Forever with 35,270, and Basham with 92,287. What the fuck? That's absolutely insane in the span of a week. Completions.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I'll go through through the completions.
Yeah, great.
There are loads of them this week, which is really, really good. Most people only finishing like one game maybe each, but it's been really good. Spice did Peggle 2. Shadow Slide did Orcs Must Die, Death Trap, and PJ Tour. Leaving Game Pass games. Vex did 173, did Assassin's Creed Origins, into the Tiny Tina one shot. Firehawk did Blade Runner, Please Fix the Road, Botany Manor, and The Last Worker. Kobatot did Rogue Company. Ikoronikans did Assassin's Creed Shadow, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Chin Doctor did Yakuza Kiwami 2. Professor Pluto did Wolfenstein New Order and Kona 2. Alpha Deep Hills Here, COD 3. Leaf Claw did Unpacking. Rapture did Bot Manor. Nolanator did Halo Infinite today. And the Minzob did Obscurity today as well. So,
yeah, like you said, lots of really good completions this week. Well done, guys.
Yes.
And that's pretty much going to bring us to the end of the show. As always, we do the show live on Twitch. Xbox Hall of Gamers is the place to find us, so come hang out. We usually do the shows kind of Fridays and sort of Sundays. We're a little bit late this week, but yeah, come say hi. Otherwise, the Discord is the place to go. That's definitely where we have most of our events, and we talk shit, and we've been talking about the Minecraft movie, and we've been talking about food. A lot of food talk recently, actually. I really don't want to try those nuggets.
That nether sauce is shit. I don't know what Shane's on that.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I don't know. I mean,
I've got
I want to
so
try
many nether fire jokes about.
I mean, like, I love trying fast food and all that as well. Like, the hot honey, I was very disappointed. The hot honey wasn't, like, sweet at all. Like, I know it's meant to be spicy and all that, but I was hoping it would be a little bit more sweet. No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like weird with that. When you have to specifically eat with the burger to enjoy it for its taste. But if you just stick your tongue in it,
yes,
it just burns and you don't get any honey at all. So
flavors go well together. Who would have thought, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to bring us to the end of episode 163. Huge thank you to our patrons, our listeners, our watchers, and my wonderful co-hosts. Kia, what have you got going on? Anything you want to shill?
Not a whole lot at the moment. Just catch me anywhere I am, especially like Instagram. I chuck up little weird things I try to make and stuff like that too. You can go there. It's Keel Live at Home. Instagram, Twitter, on Xbox and in Discord, all that kind of stuff. And then on YouTube, it's at How to Fix Gaming. So, yeah.
Great. Cameron, what about you?
Shadowless Edge on pretty much everything. Catch me on Discord, TA, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm probably just going to be playing games with Keo to get my ratio up or walking.
Yeah, let's go.
And I'm Neomaster on everything, True Achievements, Xbox, and Discord, as always. A huge thank you to everyone. We will catch you guys next week, hopefully with some more news. See you later.
Yes. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.